You've always been told sugar causes cavities. But here's a question for you. What would happen if I poured pure sugar directly onto your tooth right now? Would it create a cavity? The surprising answer is no. Nothing would happen. Which raises an even bigger question. If sugar isn't the real cause of cavities, then what is? Because millions of people still get cavities every single year. And the reason is not what you might think. As a dentist, I see this all the time. Some patients barely touch sweets, but still get cavities. And others eat chocolate every single day and somehow keep perfect teeth. That doesn't make sense if sugar is really the cause, right? So what's actually happening inside the mouth every time we eat? Think about this. Every living thing eats, and every living thing produces waste. The same goes for the bacteria living in your mouth. They form a sticky layer on your teeth called biofilm, also known as plaque. When these bacteria eat sugar, they produce waste too. And their waste product is, can you guess it? It's acid. And that acid is the real villain. It seeps into your enamel, dissolves minerals like calcium and phosphate, which are the very building blocks of your teeth. And as they are breaking down the minerals, they start a microscopic weak spot. That's the very first stage of a cavity. Not sugar, acid. But here's where it gets even stranger. It's not just about how much you eat sugar, it's how often. Picture two people. One eats a slice of cake in 5 minutes, the other sips on soda for an hour. And the cake actually has more sugar than the soda. So who's worse off? Instinct says the cake eater. But in reality, it's the soda sipper. Because every sip feeds bacteria a fresh batch of sugar. They pump out acid again and again, keeping the mouth acidic for hours. Meanwhile, the cake eater has one quick acid spike, and then their saliva goes to work repairing the enamel. Same sugar, but completely different outcome. So why don't your teeth dissolve completely every time you eat? And what's stopping the acid from destroying them? The answer is right under your nose. Literally. Saliva. It's not just spit, it's a powerful chemical defense system. Saliva neutralizes acid, raises the pH, and even carries minerals that re-harden enamel. It's like having a 24/7 repair crew inside your mouth. But here's the catch. If you're dehydrated, constantly snacking, or breathing through your mouth at night, your saliva never gets the chance to do its job. And that's when the damage piles up. So let's connect the dots. Cavities don't appear overnight. And they don't come from sugar just sitting on your tooth. Here's the real chain reaction. First, bacteria in plaque feast on sugar. Next, they release acid, and that acid starts dissolving enamel. If this happens once in a while, your saliva jumps in, neutralizes the acid, and repairs damage. But if it happens too often, your teeth end up trapped in what's basically an acid bath. And if saliva can't keep up, the enamel weakens, until eventually a cavity forms. Sugar was never the attacker, it was just the fuel that fed the real enemy. So how do you stop the acid cycle? Think of it like this. Every snack is like pressing the attack button on your teeth. If you snack every hour, you're pressing it again and again. The bacteria never get a break, and neither does your enamel. But if you eat the same amount of sugar in one sitting, it's one short battle instead of an all-day war, and your saliva can actually win. That's why hydration matters. Saliva is your frontline soldier. Without enough of it, your teeth are defenseless. That's also why sugar-free gum with xylitol is so powerful. It doesn't just freshen your breath, it jumpstarts saliva and starves cavity-causing bacteria at the same time. And yeah, brushing and flossing still matter. Not because they scrub away sugar, but because they remove the bacterial army before it can launch the next acid attack. Fluoride toothpaste adds the final layer of armor, making your enamel harder to dissolve in the first place. So you're not really fighting sugar, you're fighting acid, time, and frequency. And every small habit either stacks the odds against you or massively in your favor. So here's the twist. Sugar doesn't directly cause cavities, acid does. And the reason so many people lose this fight? They snack all day, sip on drinks for hours, and never give saliva the chance to repair the damage. Break that cycle, and you'll be amazed at how resilient your teeth actually are. But if you're already dealing with a painful cavity, don't wait. Click right here for my video, where I reveal the best dentist-approved home remedies for toothache relief. And trust me, you'll want these tips tonight. I'll see you there.